In this video, we're going over the top 5 best Black Ops 6 weapons to level up for Warzone 4. The Warzone integration is going live in less than a week, and it's important that you have the best weapons leveled up so you're ready to get as many wins as possible. For class setup number 1, you're definitely going to want to level up the XM4. Typically, the starter weapons are always meta in Warzone, and considering the fact the XM4 has a moderate fire rate and low recoil when built properly, this is definitely a weapon you should get leveled up immediately if you have not done it already. Now, something that's going to be happening in Warzone is going to be the transfer of attachments from Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 into Black Ops 6 Warzone. So let's say you do not like any of the optics that we have in Black Ops 6, you're going to be able to equip optics like the JACKAL glassless on the Black Ops 6 weapons in Warzone, which is going to be key. But until then, the Kepler Microflex is going to be a good choice to use on the XM4 while you're trying to level it up here in multiplayer. Now, for the muzzle, I do recommend going ahead and putting on the suppressor to take you off the mini-map. This is going to be a good attachment in multiplayer as well as Warzone. It's been a great attachment in all the Warzone integrations prior. There's no reason why it's going to be different. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the long barrel. I'm going to go ahead and take the assumption that the long barrel is going to be the best attachment for a majority of the assault rifles for Warzone, due to the fact that we're going to be trying to get the fastest TTK possible, and in multiplayer, obviously the maps aren't large, so we don't need as much range. Now, if I was going to play multiplayer, level this weapon up, the reinforced barrel is going to be the way to go, but for Warzone, the long barrel is most likely going to be the meta attachment. Now, for the underbarrel, we're definitely going to be utilizing the vertical foregrip, so we have the most horizontal recoil control. This is going to be helping us out at those long-range engagements, because obviously in Warzone, long-range engagements are what you're going to be getting into a lot more often. And for multiplayer, the Ranger foregrip is going to be a great choice, bumping up both horizontal recoil control and more sprinting movement speed. Honestly, you can't go wrong, but for ease of use, the vertical foregrip is going to be the way to go. Now, for the magazine for Warzone, Extended Mag 2 is going to be a great choice, going ahead and giving us a 60-round magazine because we're dealing with plates. In multiplayer, it's not necessary, but so we have enough ammo not only to knock one person, but two, potentially three. The 60 is going to be a great choice, definitely for Warzone, but for multiplayer, Extended Mag 1 is going to be a better choice. So depending on the class setup you're looking for, Extended Mag 2 might be your best option. Now, in Warzone, all the setups are going to be 5 attachment classes, so keep that in mind when you are using your weapon in multiplayer, so things aren't going to be wonky and feel different when you transfer over to Warzone. Now, in the firing range, you're going to see here that even though this is going to be a Warzone build, you honestly could use it in multiplayer. It's going to have very, very low recoil. And mind you, this is with the Black Ops 6 attachments. With the JACKAL glassless, it's going to be even easier. And the ADS speed for Warzone is going to be acceptable. So definitely go ahead and take a look at this class setup and get the XM4 leveled up before the Warzone integration goes live. Now, for class setup number 2, definitely go ahead and get the Model L leveled up. This is a high damage, low recoil assault rifle, and that is a recipe for a fast TTK and overall meta weapon in Warzone. Now, until we have access to the JACKAL glassless while you're leveling up in multiplayer, the Kepler Microflex is going to be the best choice. Now, for the muzzle, because this is a low recoil assault rifle, typically all the low recoil weapons that do not require a compensator or any other muzzle that's going to be controlling the recoil, the suppressor is going to be a great choice. Now, we're also going to have access to the quartermaster suppressor, and I believe that is going to be the meta attachment for the Model L. But until then, rock the suppressor. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be going ahead and utilizing the long barrel just so we get the longest damage range and overall the fastest TTK, just like how we run it on the XM4. For the underbarrel, the vertical foregrip is going to be the best choice, maximizing our horizontal recoil control. But in multiplayer, feel free to rock the Ranger foregrip. This is going to be bumping up that sprinting movement speed. But obviously in Warzone, because the engagements are going to be at longer distances, this is going to be a better choice. And then finally, for the magazine, we are going to run Extended Mag 2 in Warzone. But for multiplayer, Extended Mag 1 is all we need. 40 rounds. We're not going to be slowing down our ADS. The ADS speed is not going to be that big of a deal in Warzone because we're not going to be running and gunning nor running into people constantly. So the extended mag 2 is going to be a good option. 5 attachment class setup because we're not going to be utilizing any 8 attachment builds in Warzone. But you guys can see here, this is still going to be a solid class because we have a very controllable recoil and we have 50 rounds at our disposal, and we are still waiting on access for the Modern Warfare 2 and 3 attachments. This gun with the Jack glassless and the quartermaster suppressor is going to be unstoppable, so get this weapon leveled up right now. For class setup number 3, most definitely get the C9 leveled up. Starter submachine gun, it's 100% going to be meta, offering a moderate fire rate, moderate damage, and overall controllable recoil. This gun is going to be unstoppable with some of the Modern Warfare 3 attachments, let me tell you. We don't need any optics here. The iron sights are good enough, which is going to be very important because we're only dealing with a 5 attachment class setup. For the muzzle, the suppressor right now is going to be the good attachment, but I'm telling you, the quartermaster is what you're going to want to run on this submachine gun. Now, for the barrel, this is where things are going to get really interesting here. I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that the reinforced barrel is going to be the best attachment in Warzone, but something is telling me that overall the short barrel for that jumping aim down sight speed and jumping sprint to fire speed, just for overall handling as a sniper support, could be a good attachment. But so far, the reinforced barrel for that damage range and bullet velocity is going to be the attachment to use, not only to level it up in multiplayer, but in Warzone. We will go ahead and double back with this weapon. For the underbarrel, it's going to be interesting again with this submachine gun because we're going to have access to the Modern Warfare 2 and 3 attachments. This gun with the Jack Slash should be absolutely insane at closer ranges. But until then, we're going to rock that vertical foregrip for that improved horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, the extended mag 2 is going to be the obvious choice here for 50 rounds, so we can go ahead and deal with people that are plated. Overall, an absolute W attachment, so we can go crazy and outgun as many people as possible without having to reload. And then finally, for the 5th attachment, we are going to run a rear grip because we're not utilizing an optic, and the CQB grip is going to be a great choice here, so we can be agile at those close ranges with improved sprint to fire speed, slide to fire speed, and dive to fire speed. This is overall a great attachment on submachine guns that should, in theory, be good in Warzone because it's really meta here in multiplayer. Now, what you're going to see here is a nasty class setup. It's going to be good in multiplayer, controllable recoil overall, a nice optic picture with the iron sight, and we're going to have a fast TTK. Definitely go ahead and get the C9 leveled up right now in preparation for the Warzone integration. Now, for class setup number 4, it's a safe bet that the JACKAL PDW is also going to be a meta SMG, so definitely get this weapon leveled up before the integration. We're not going to run an optic in Warzone because we only have 5 attachments. We need some other attachments to help this weapon out. Now, the suppressor in theory is going to be still the best option, but this might be a better sniper support utilizing the compensator for more vertical recoil control. This should be the best attachment in Warzone. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be going ahead and running the reinforced barrel to improve bullet velocity as well as damage range. Overall, a good attachment here, allowing us to get a faster TTK. This submachine gun is definitely going to benefit from the Jack Slash, but until then, we are going to rock the vertical foregrip to improve that horizontal recoil control. Definitely a great attachment to use here in multiplayer. For the magazine in multiplayer, rock extended mag 1, but for Warzone, extended mag 2 is definitely going to be the better attachment because we're going to need those 50 rounds to take off people that have full plates. And then finally, for the rear grip, we are also going to be utilizing the CQB grip for more close range benefits, sprint to fire speed, slide to fire speed, as well as dive to fire speed. Now, going back to the muzzle, the compensator, again, for pubs and Warzone, it should be good. But the quartermaster suppressor is also going to be a valid choice with this, but we have to go ahead and wait to the integration to use that. In the firing range, you're going to see that we have a fast ADS, fast sprint out speed, and overall controllable SMG. This is most likely going to be a hard meta weapon when Warzone does go live, so definitely get the JACKAL PDW leveled up and unlocked if you haven't already, so you're ready to go when the integration is available. And finally, for the 5th class setup, you are definitely going to want to level up the AK-74. Like the Model L, this is a high damage, low recoil assault rifle. For the optics, we're definitely going to be rocking that Jack glasses, but again, until then, the Kepler Microflex is going to be a great choice. For the muzzle, suppressor is going to be utilized, but the Quartermaster suppressor from Modern Warfare 3 is most likely going to replace this attachment. For the barrel, the safety attachment is going to be the long barrel to extend that damage range, giving us the fastest TTK possible in Warzone, and honestly, in multiplayer as well. For the underbarrel, we are going to be rocking the vertical foregrip. Overall, a great attachment to go ahead and smooth out that recoil pattern. The paracord grip might be insanely effective on this assault rifle specifically, because we're overall going to be getting that horizontal recoil control also with that, and that's something we need on the AK-74. So we'll see how the meta does play out. For the magazine, we are going to be going ahead and rocking extended mag 2 for that 50 round mag. The cons are going to be absolutely relevant. This is going to give us enough ammo to take out players that are fully plated up. 5 attachment class setup, overall going to be a solid choice here in Warzone, and in the firearm range, you're going to see this is going to be a good build because we are going to have controllable recoil and a fast enough ADS. Let me know what you guys think about the AK-74 and if you think this is going to be meta in Warzone. These are going to be the top 5 weapons you should level up in Black Ops 6 before the Warzone integration. I want to go ahead and give you guys 5 attachment class setups. Yes, there is going to be the gunfighter wildcard available in Warzone, but you're going to have to essentially buy the weapon first and then buy your loadout with all the other perks and attachments with your overkill class setup in order to have the proper loadout. And depending on how much it's going to cost in the buy station, it's not viable as of yet. So for a safety measure, level these weapons up right now with the 5 attachment builds, and then once Warzone is available, if the gunfighter meta is not going to be viable, you have essentially already enough playtime with a bunch of 5 attachment guns that are already meta. If there are other weapons you think that are gonna be meta in Black Ops 6, let me know down in the comment section. I think the Compact 92 might be meta, but we're gonna have to go ahead and wait and see. If you guys enjoyed, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Catch you guys in Warzone.